The Greathive is a faction in the world of Deepwoken that operates under several different areas. Although in-game, all we know is Greathive Aratel, here in the Lord's Grove we see several statues of immortalized Great Lords. We may not know everything, but each of these individuals carries a significant importance in the lore of Deepwoken, and within their stories lies the secret of life-weaving. I'm Zach, and today I'll be your guide of learning everything there is to know about Greathive and what we can expect from the Lifeweave Attunement, which will be added to the game in the Conquest update. Greathive Aratel, despite being one of the most technologically advanced colonies seen in the Eastern Luminant, is one of the less important colonies to the ever-expanding faction. The races that find their home here are the Vesperian, Ganymede, and the Chrysid. At one point, the Chrysid were just as large of a part of Greathive as the other two, but when they started investing more into technology rather than religion, the majority of Chrysid abandoned the faction in holy pursuits. We know that Greathive is incredibly technologically advanced, as we see that they've been able to construct things like golems that operate without a pilot, the Green Fountain teleportation system that they presumably use for quick travel anywhere in the world, and a giant observatory capable of seeing the home of the Celestial. It's incredibly impressive, as most factions seem to be either mechanically advanced like the Summer Company and the Ignition Union, or seem to thrive through religion and magic like the Children of Neve. Greathive is the only place in the game that flourishes through technological advancements powered by a special kind of magic that it's been referred to feed off of, but we'll get to that later on. As far as their place in the world of Deepwoken, I would have to pinpoint it being the preservation of nature and the song. We see that Hive is currently at war with Etris, as Etrian soldiers are sent to obtain these mysterious green artifacts that the Hive consider to be worth dying to protect. We don't know what these green artifacts are, but we do know that they closely resemble the Forge, something that the Lord Regent desperately wants to get his hands on. Now, I have a theory on what these green artifacts are and why Etris is fighting for them, and it ties into the secrets of the Lifeweavers. Since the beginning, I always thought that these green artifacts carried a huge significance to Hive, and upon seeing the Pyre Keeper added to the game, I knew that my theory was correct. The green artifacts that the Etrians are fighting to take from Hive are abundances of the Fire of Life, the essence of the Lifeweaver's attunement. This magic is one that is fueled by nature, and it's what Greathive uses to get technologically ahead, applying Lifeweave to create the things that they're so proud of. The reason why the Hive golems are able to move around effortlessly without a pilot is because they are fueled by life itself. The green fountains are merely just an endless ebb and flow of life's energy, being able to carry life to any destination. This power of nature is so incredibly strong that it fuels their entire civilization. It's apparent that Greathive has a monopoly on this power, but it's undeniable that there are other people in the world who wish to acquire it, for nefarious purposes. Now, if the green artifacts are filled with the fire of life and are used to fuel technological creations, what could the artifacts of the Forge of Sin be? After all, they sport several similarities, with the Duke hoarding its power to himself to create his golems and servants. Well, the answer you're about to get is not one I'm happy to tell you. While the fire of life is fueled by the preservation and power of nature, the Forge of Sin is fueled by the destruction of it. It's fueled by lost human souls. The Lord Regent wishes to use the Forge of Sin in a similar way to the Greathive's usage of the Fire of Life, to create unspeakable horrors, ones that would inevitably cause the next great drowning. Because he already has his hands on an entire civilization of Etrians, it's safe to say that once this Forge of Sin is forcefully ripped from the hands of Duke Aricia, there is nothing good that awaits the rest of the world. And if the Forge of Sin is that powerful on its own, imagine what it would be like if one man held the power of life and death. This is the Lord Regent's true goal. Lucky for us, the Hive is here to make sure that this fate never reaches the world. They will do anything in their power to make sure that the Etrians will never get their hands on the Fire of Life. They have an elite force of people who can channel this energy, being the Lifeweavers. It is not only these people who are responsible for the creation of the 4 Great Hives, but they are the people who preserve their ambition to match the tides. The goal of these people is nearly impossible, but they have created a civilization of colonies who are to stand against the drowning and keep their world above it, no matter what happens. We can assume that these people are immortal, as Lifeweave Mastery is said to reverse a character's aging. So, as long as they live, Greathive will stand upon 4 giant trees that can rise above anything. These people found the Great Hives, and yet their story is rarely brought up inside of the game. Upon entering the Lord's Grove, you immediately see their impact. All around you are giant statues of the Great Lords, forever immortalized in stone. These are some of the strongest humans in all of Deep Woken's history, and their abilities will soon be in Deep Woken. So, what should we expect from the Lifeweave Attunement? Lifeweave holds the ability to control nature and bring things into existence. If you remember the Hive Golem's old ability of being able to spawn trees, that will most likely be what a Lifeweave combat mantra will look like. I wouldn't be surprised with defensive capabilities like putting up walls or logs of wood to chuck at your opponents. Keep in mind, it's the power to create, and those possibilities are near endless. Personally, I'd love if it had some sort of super punch akin to the Golem Slam ability that does heavy damage. I can't tell you exactly what to expect, but I can assure you that it's going to be awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what topics in the lore that you'd want to see covered, and if I got anything wrong, feel free to let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good one.